Okay, so give me a second to open gms.unlh.org. So if you browse gms.unlh.org, you will see a landing page with the list of all GMS instances maintained by CBPF's country-based pool funds. So for this training, we are going to access Nigeria GMS. So here we are going to click on this link later on when we do the hands-on training on user registration process. But here, if you'd like to find find the figures across all country pool funds from GMS, you can find the data by clicking on this GMS Business Intelligence. So this is open to public, so you'll be able to find who the donors are and the movement on the contributions and allocation. You'll be able to find all the figures there, figures on this page. So I'll just give you a brief introduction on this one. So, but in your free time, you can access all these tabs to find more details on the allocation, contribution, overview across all GMS instances, the data. So this is good for donors, but as an IP implementing partner, we are not going to cover too much details on this area. And the help portal. So if you click on this is more of like a Wikipedia of the grant management system. So as an implementing partner, if you click on the partner button on the navigation bar, that's going to give you a table of contents with all the topics that you might be interested in, such as the help portal landing page, what the help portal landing page is, GMS overview, and there are tooltips available in grant management system. So tooltips gives you the options to print out, save the form, what the red tab, blue tabs means. I'm going to go over one by one in next 1 hour. So please bear with me. But this will be a great content resources to find out like how you can manage to submit your project proposal when you are stuck on the technical difficulties, or if you don't understand some of the tabs. You'll find the contents very useful here. Yeah. So as I say, please take a look under this section here, project submission. So I'm going to cover all these tabs, but after this training, I recommend you to go to help portal page. Let me repeat this process. Help portal page from gms.unlh.org. Click on help portal. Something happens. Okay. Yeah, go to partner, click on this, use the table of contents. You'll find the information on the project submission here. Yeah, so I think that's what you need to focus on when you need help. But if you have any technical difficulties, please email us at gms-support@un.org. gms-support@un.org. Okay, so the first topic that I would like to cover is to register yourself into GMS as IP. So what you need to do is gms.unlh.org, which is the landing page. Once you land on this page, click on Nigeria. This is what you're going to do. Go to gms.unlh.org, go to Nigeria. Yeah, I'm going to repeat the steps as some of our implementing partners have internet connection problems. So yeah, gms.unlh.org, go to Nigeria, click on Nigeria. That's going to give you another landing page with the map and the login button on the top, on the center. So Once you land on this Nigeria landing page, click on login. Okay. So let me repeat the process again. gms.unoch.org, Nigeria. You will land on this page. Click on login. So from here, if you're existing implementing partner who has access to other GMS instances, or if you already have created OCHA single sign-on account, I mean, you're good to go. But if you're a new first-time user to this GMS instance, or you never had an OCHA single sign-on account before, you have to click on this link here. Click here to create your OCHA single sign-on account. Once you click on this, it's going to ask for your first name, last name, email, and the CAPTCHA to verify if you're a real human or robot. So let me type the test case here. I'd say Kenny Chung. I'm not going to create an account, so. But make sure that you use your official email. Don't use your personal email here. Click on next. If you have a middle name, then yeah, or the name is taken, then you can type your middle name here. And after that, it's going to ask for your new password for this account. So since due to this security reason, we need to make sure that you use at least one uppercase letter, lowercase letter, number, and punctuation marks. Okay, Curie. Yeah, Curie, you can unmute yourself and let me know what problem you're having.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I cannot access to the Nigeria page. How do you access? Sorry.
Okay. So, do you see my screen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Go to gms.unoch.org. That's going to take you to the grant management landing page. Do you?
Yes, I'm on the same page now as you are showing.
Okay,
yes.
And then click on Nigeria under this left menu.
Yeah, which I did. Yes, Nigeria. Yeah. Yeah.
If you click on that, that's going to take you to another landing page with the login button on the top, with the map on the center.
Okay. Yeah.
And you click on login.
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. The email.
Okay, so let me repeat the process from this part, starting from this part. So once you land on the OCHA single sign-on passport login page, if you're existing user who has created OCHA single sign-on account previously, you can use your email address. If you never had access to OCHA single sign-on this page, or GMS, or any other OCHA corporate applications, you have to click here to create your OCHA single sign-on account. Type your first name, last name, email, CAPTCHA that you see in the picture. Once you finish this step 1, step 2 is to create a new password. And make sure that your new password contains at least one uppercase letter, lowercase letter, number, and punctuation mark. So all these 4 different types of characters. Yeah. Could you mute? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So from here, just make sure that you use all of these 4 different characters combined to create a password, and it has to be at least 8 characters long. Okay. So yeah. So I assume that you have created your account. You're going to receive a confirmation letter from Ultra Single Sign-On Administrator, which means that you have created the username successfully. Yeah. So let me go back to the Nigeria file. So once you successfully created your account, you go to Nigeria landing page. Hi, Peter. Yeah. So I think it's good. Yeah, I think it's good to get the questions, or if you have any technical difficulties, I think please let me know.
Hello, Kenny.
Just raise your hand so that our yeah.
Kenny.
Hello. Yes. Can you hear me? Okay. So is anyone having a problem creating an account?
I think it's Eddie.
Raise it to this by chat box. That way, difficulties on accessing the GMS, I mean creating a user account, please just send the email to gms-support@unity.org. They'll assist you. Okay. So once you create an account, you go back to this Nigeria landing page. So click on Nigeria from gms.unocha.org. Click on login. Type the email and the password that you have created. Click on login. And once you successfully log into the GMS for the first time, it's going to direct you to this user request page. So from here, you choose pool fund, Nigeria, primary user group, agencies and partners, an organization. If you're if you're from UN agencies, you'll be able to find the UN agency name here. If you don't, send us the email to GMS support. For NGOs, the Survey Monkey link that I shared with you earlier, you have to submit the form so that way we can my team and HFU team can verify each one of the organization, and once they're verified, they're going to be visible in this organization drop down box. But for now, if you don't see your organization name here, then click on New Nigeria IP, the not active until registration. Yeah, so I repeat. Click on Nigeria on the pool fund, agencies, partners. Under organization, if you see your organization name, select one. Otherwise, click on not active until registration. And the Survey Monkey form that you submitted, once we verify that, once you verify the organization name from HFU, and we are going to associate the new organization added into GMS with your account created from this page. And then we will notify you once your account has been verified or activated from GMS. Any questions? Let me open my chat box. Okay, so
Yeah, it's okay. It's better.
everyone can just
Hello.
yeah, please be on pause. Let me answer to this one question
Yeah.
first. Then, right. So from Adam, what if you have created on OPS platform 2 years ago?
Hello.
Do you still have you still have
Hello.
an account created through UNO single sign-on? It was a few years back. Try to use that account too. I mean, try to use that account. If it doesn't work, you can always reset the password. Yeah, but it should be active. OPS is Ocha Corporate. Okay, so so who's speaking? Let's go one by one. Peter, go ahead. You have
Please. Hello.
Peter. Yeah, don't unmute yourself for now. But let me just put in there because I see that you raised your hand.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you, Peter.
Yeah. I
Please
want
go
to
ahead.
yes. I want can we
Please,
use our
if a colleague has done
organization
registration, can I still do the registration?
Repeat the question again.
Hello.
I think they're. Yeah, I am comment. Please be on mute. Let me answer to Peter first. Peter?
thank
Yep,
you very much.
you can go
Thank
ahead.
you very much. Yeah. Can we use our email to register this account and the name instead of personal name? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, you can hear
Great.
the organization email address and your person. I mean, your full name.
Okay. The full name of the organization, I mean, instead of using Peter Eguda, can I use Cscope? I work for Cisco. Use Cisco as the username. Then, do, do you understand me, sir? And use Cisco official mail instead of using my own personal official mail.
Yes, that's fine. That is fine. As long as you have access to it and HFU is aware of it, it is fine.
All right. All right. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Hello.
so goes to next. Yes, go ahead.
Please, if a colleague has done the registration, can I have access to it as a person?
You mean
Hello.
access to another the team
Hello.
members account? Hello, I can hear
If
you.
a colleague, okay, if a colleague of mine have done the registration, can I also, as a person, access that platform?
Yeah, that's fine.
Do we need just a single registration? Hello.
Yeah. Well, so you need to create your account with your the organization official email address. But please inform HFU office that you're going to use that email address associated with your organization. I don't know if I'm answering your question correctly.
Yes, you have.
Okay. Yeah, but if you have any question related to the registration process, contact HFU. But if you are having technical difficulties, feel free to send us an email at gms-support@un.org. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just repeating all these steps because I'm pretty sure some of our implementing partners are having trouble hearing me. So, okay. So, anyone else? Any questions? Okay, I will go ahead. So I think this is the user registration step that I just covered. It's pretty straightforward, but I've seen many people having trouble during these steps. So okay, so once you are ready, click on submit registration. That's going to once you click on submit registration, we will be able to tell if you are a new the user in Nigeria GMS or not. And after that, we are going to match your name and email with the organization name that you submit in the Survey Monkey or the existing organization names available in GMS. So we are going to match them together. We are going to verify one by one and then get back to you and then notify you once the account has been activated. And from that point, you would be able to submit your due diligence and the project proposal submission, which will be covered in next topic. So let me log into another user, which already has access to Nigeria GMS grant management system.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, so
Can you hear me? Hello?
hello, I can hear you. Who's this?
Please, I'm here. This is Monday.
Yeah. Could you be on the microphone closely? I hear your voice very. It's very.
This is Monday.
No, it's not loud enough.
Monday. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Please, I made a mistake. I suppose I've logged in with my organizational email, but I made a mistake with my personal email.
Oh, which means you don't. Yeah, just leave it. You know, you can recreate your new account, and then create a, and then submit for the user request again. The same process. But
Okay.
let us know that you submitted the user request with the wrong email address by sending an email to gms-support@un.org so that I can remove the incorrect email address.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so today mainly it's going to be hands-on training so that you can follow and follow the steps to submit the project proposal. But since you don't have access to the project proposal submission yet, I'm going to cover cover this slide first, and then all these slides will be shared with you after this training, so that you can check out the contents that we've been covering. Okay, so I'm going to cover tooltips and project workflow in GMS before we move on to due diligence and project proposal submission. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and yeah, one more thing to add. I totally forgot to mention this earlier. Yeah, from the user request page. Let me open that real quick. Don't choose anything on the cluster. You can just put not applicable for agencies. Don't choose anything. Select the pool fund, primary user group, organization name. Don't choose anything on the cluster, and then click submit registration. You will get a chance to choose clusters indicators and the types when you start creating a draft of the project proposal. So I'm gonna show that to you momentarily after these slides. So in GMS, we have a tooltips available. I need to go through all these tooltips with you while we create the sample project draft. I'm going to show you all the tooltips, but there is going to have a save button, print. There will be the tabs with the red line on the top. You're not seeing those yet, but you will see it soon after the slides. Yeah, so these are the field description. If you hover your mouse to this question mark, it's going to provide you for the field description, what needs to be added and what this is about. And the asterisk, the one in red, these are the required input field. So you need to make sure that this part is not empty. You need to make sure that all these input boxes are filled out. And there is a save and stay, save and exit project. Since this is a web application, you need to save often. So whenever you make changes, just make a habit to click save and stay. So you make changes, save and stay, and you make another changes, save and stay, because you don't want to lose all the contents that you have entered into the form, which is the project proposal. So make sure that you click on save and stay button frequently whenever you make changes. And if you're working with other people, other users who are registered within your team, within your organization, you can click on save and exit project, and then you can talk to your colleague who's working on the same project proposal. You can pass it to them. They're saying, "Oh, I saved and exit the project." So you can continue working on it, and then when they finish, when they pause on this project proposal draft, they can click on save and exit, and then they can post it back to you, and then you can continue working on where you left off. And there's a print functionality, so you can click on print function to print out what has been filled out in the form. So I'm going to go over this. Okay. Yeah, so we're still having a problem for the user request page. Some of our IPs. Let me just answer to this real quick. Now, so Sally, if you cannot find your organization name in the list, you can click on Zero New Nigeria IP. So let me repeat that again. Yeah, let me just go back to this just real quick for Sally. Yeah, click on New Nigeria IP, not active until registration. But make sure that you submit your organization name to the SurveyMonkey link. If you haven't seen it from the beginning, I will share it with you again after this training. Okay, so this is the red tab that I was talking about earlier. So if you have a tabs with the red line on the top, which means it's not complete yet, it indicates that there is information missing. So you need to fill out the form. An orange and green button. So basically, you will see a button to submit the project proposal once upon your completion. So I will show that to you momentarily. And then you can add a comments in the form to interact with our HFU colleagues in the field office. You can click this button, the orange button, to add a comment, and then you have to save after providing a comment in the form. So those are the tooltips that you're going to see in our hands-on training. Next. And then this is the workflow that are broken down into 6 pieces. Allocation process, which requires your project proposal to be reviewed, and the implementation. And on the implementation, there will be a revision where you need to make a revision on your project. You have to request that to HFU. Also, disbursements will happen under implementation. And the final reporting, this is where the financial report and narrative report have to be submitted so the HFU can check it. And then after that, auditing and the final payment, the refund and the disbursement happen. And after that, it goes to project closure. So this is a high-level workflow. And the next one is standard allocation. So in GMS, we have 2 different types of allocations. One is standard allocation, which is what you're looking at right now. Second one is the reserve allocation. So standard allocation is based on the priorities in the HRP, Humanitarian Response Plan, or any agreed upon strategy by the humanitarian coordinator. So it is all the scope and the impact are defined in the allocation paper that is being shared by HFU unit, our field office. So you can take a look at the paper. I'll show it to you how to download that document within a minute. And the reserve allocation, this is intended for rapid and flexible allocation of funds in the event of emergencies or unforeseen circumstances. So the proposals can be accepted either on a rolling basis or are considered on first come first served basis. And based on the HEC decision, it triggers a reserve allocation. So under standard allocation workflow, it consists of 6 steps. Now, and then after that, the audit closure. But from the first, it starts with project proposal submission, and after that, strategic review, and then preliminary approval, and the technical review and financial review, and then after that, in its final approval by HC, and then after that, disbursement. So that's the standard allocation. And if you see our workflow here as an IP, you need to pay attention on the ones that are circled with the green color. So as IP, you start with project proposal draft, and then you might need to create a project redraft if it is requested by HFU, and the technical draft. After the HC final approval and GA signature, you need to have signature and put the signature as IP to submit to HFU, submit back to HFU. So we have circled all the workflow steps that you need to pay attention to. So you can take a look at this. In the reserve allocation, it consists of 4 steps. So it has reduced the steps that we have from the standard allocation. So first, submission of projects and review of strategic relevance. Second, technical and financial review. And then after that, final approval by HC, Humanitarian Coordinator. And then it goes to disbursement. So I say it's rather quicker than the standard allocation because it's an emergency. It is intended for rapid and flexible allocation of the fund. Also, we have a reporting workflow, the narrative reporting and the financial reporting. The good thing about the reporting side in GMS is that when you fill out your project proposal with the log frame, it's going to be imported into the reporting section. So some of the reporting part is completed, for IPs. So that's a good thing. Right now, we're going to focus on the project proposal submission. So we are going to cover reporting section, this part here, and the monitoring in the next training session. So we are not going to cover this from today's training. But I would like to mention that in GMS, everything is it has a proper processes in the technical way. So that IPs can follow and then monitor what is happening, the movements of the projects. So you'll be able to tell where your reporting resides in terms of the workflow. So so we've circled all the ones that they need to be done by IPs. So you can take a look at this. In the monitoring, once this monitoring has been activated by HFU, they present the recommendations, and they also work with the cluster lead. And then after that, HFU is the focal point where they will say the monitoring has been completed for your organization. There will be a project amendments. If you need to make a revision, you need a request. And once you send the request, HFU will review it. It goes to redraft. It needs to be revised. So you can take a look at this workflow briefly, but yeah. Once we get to that stage, we are going to provide another training session for our IPs. Or if you would like to find more details in advance, you can always check the help portal page located in our GMS support. GMS. And let me also mention it again. The help portal page can be accessed by browsing gms.unolch.org. So just make sure that I'd like to let everyone know that you can find all the resources under gms.unolch.org. So please remember that. Okay, so I think it's good to have a. I think it's a good time to answer some of the questions. Let me start with the chat box first. Okay. Okay, Sadi, can you hear me? If you can hear me, you can type in your chat box. Can you hear me, Sadi? Okay. Yeah, Sadi wasn't able to hear how to choose organization name from the user request page. So let me just type this real quick. Just give me a 10 seconds. Okay, Sadi, okay, you can hear me. Okay. Let me show you the page again, the user request page. So Sunny, once you create an account and once you log into the GMS for the first time, and if you never had access to GMS before, click on Nigeria. Under primary user group, click on agencies and partner. If you don't see your organization name here, choose not active until registration. Click on submit registration. And after that, what's going to happen is you have to submit your form over SurveyMonkey so that your organization is verified by HFU. And once it has been verified by HFU, we are going to match your name, your organization name, and your account requested this GMS. And after that, we are going to approve you. So hope that makes things clear on the user registration process. Okay, so any questions from our participants? Please raise your hand so that our colleague Judith can unmute the person. Okay, David, Alabi, please go ahead. Hi, David.
What is saying? Raise your hand.
Yeah, please mute yourself. Let's go in alphabetical order.
Okay. All right.
Hello,
Please mute yourself. Everyone. Okay.
this Monday.
Please mute yourself. Okay, I think I missed Chris, but let's start with David. I love you. Am I speaking to David Olabi?
This is Monday.
Yeah, Monday. Could you mute yourself? Let me go with. Let me start with the people on the top. Thank you. David Olabi, I see that you raised your hand first. Okay, David, if your mic is not working, you can put it on the chat box. I will answer through that. Okay, Chris. Hi. Go ahead.
All right. Thanks, Kenny.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Chris.
The registration when. Okay, you can hear me now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes, please go ahead.
Hello. Can you? Okay. While we're submitting our documents and requesting for us to be included in the training, the emails we submitted were personal emails, and now that hope when we now use the organization email is not going to impact negatively on the registration.
You can use your organization email when you make a user account. But if you need to replace your email from your personal to your organization email, if you made a mistake, you
Hello.
can inform us by sending an email to gms-support@un.org, so that we can be informed and make changes from our side. But yeah, but please also inform HFU. Did you get my answer, Chris? Yeah, let me just type it on the chat box. Yeah, Chris.
No.
So you Chris.
No.
Yeah, I think we're having difficulties
Okay.
on the connection. So Chris, you can just provide your question on the chat box, and I will reply back to you.
You said?
Okay. So Chris, just check your chat box. You can provide your question here.
You should check your chat box.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Okay, Judith, you can mute everyone for now.
I sent you the answer already.
Okay.
Chris, can you mute yourself? Or Judith?
Hello. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so can you raise your hand so that I can see who has a question? I believe Monday has a question, so you can unmute yourself. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Hi, Monday. I can hear you. Please go ahead.
I also made one mistake by logging into the personal email. So I want to help me. I want to change it to my organizational email.
Yeah. So if you made a mistake by using your personal email, but you have an organization email address,
Yeah.
just repeat the same process, starting from the gms.unocha.org,
Okay.
and create an account there. So let me show it to you. So gms.unocha.org, Nigeria. Click on login. And then click here to create your OCHA single sign-on account. First name, last name, and then you can use your organization name here. I mean, you can put your first name and last name. That's fine. Or you can be just generic account. It has to be your first name and last name. But it has. If you would like to use the organization name, organization email address, you can put it here. And then the account that you have created in the past, you can just inform us by sending us email to gms@un.org. So send us an email stating that you made a mistake by using the personal email, but now we have created the the organization email, create an account with the organization email address. That way we can identify which one's which. And same process. Once you finish creating an account, you come back to this Nigeria, the CBPF here. You go back to this page, click on Nigeria, click on login. Login with your email address that you have created with your organization email address. Once you log in, you'll see this page, Nigeria, agencies, and then the organization name. If you cannot find one, click on New Nigeria IP not active until registration. Submit registration. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear. It's okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to share the Survey Monkey link. So make sure that you submit the form about your organization name so they can be shared with HFU.
All right.
Thank you. So yeah, so you can meet yourself Monday. Any other questions from our participants? Okay. David Alabi, everyone will receive SurveyMonkey link to submit your organization information along with the business organization certificate document to be uploaded. So I will share it to everyone here, to our participants. Yeah, Chris. So we used personal emails while booking for the training down here, and now we are required to use the organization email. Yeah, I mean that's fine. Just send us an email to GMS support at un.org. And just state your concern regarding the GMS. We'll fix it right on the user request process. And what if you prefer using your personal email? You can use your personal email, but make sure that HFU office is informed. So you need to mention that to Karen, the Nigeria HFU office, so that we can verify each one of you, whether you're the verified user from our field offices or not. Okay, so question from Grace. If two people in the same organization email login using the same email account, how do we reconcile this? In GMS, we cannot find out how many users are using the same email account. But if you'd like to create an account for each one of your users, then you need to request. You need to repeat this step separately for each one of the individual user and the request. Hope that answers your question, Grace. But yeah, everyone can use same email account if you have more than 2 users, but in GMS we cannot tell, but it's within your team's the restriction and the security and the rules defined by your organization. But I suggest that if you have 2 members, they can use same account, or they can request for the 2 different user account for each one of them. Adekuni, we are going to provide the presentation slides and the video clip after the training. So we will send it to you. Yeah, okay. So are we all good? Are we ready to move on to due diligence and the project proposal submission, which would be the most important topic in this training. If you have any questions, just leave it on the chat box. Our team will go over it one by one. Okay, so let's see. Let's check out the slide. Next slide, project submission training. So instead of going over this slide one by one, I'm going to provide the slides to you so that you can take a look. But let me go over this briefly. And the ones that need to be explained, I'm just going to provide you a hands-on training right now. So let's start with the first slide here. So we are going to cover how to create a project proposal, how to fill out project proposal, and there are different tabs that you need to take a look into. And to create a project proposal, you will see this orange box on the left top. This is where you choose the current allocation that has been opened by Nigeria HFU. So you will be able to see that momentarily. The first step, you need to create a project proposal, and this is the first page that you will be able to see. And after you fill out this step 1, the first page, you will be able to fill out the project proposal contents, starting from the cover page, background, logical framework, work plan, monitoring details, other info, budget, locations. So those are all required tabs. They need to be filled out. Yeah, I'll just skip some of the slides so that we can save some time and just show you the real pages in GMS. Yeah, so these are all the tips that you need to know. In the background tab, you need to submit the humanitarian context analysis and the complementarity and all that. So I'll just put this training slide on the side just from my view. But I think it's better to do the hands-on training so you can find out what you can enter in the project proposal. Okay, so let me set this up real quick. Just give me a second. Let me share my screen again. Okay, so once you are verified and once you are associated with your organization that has been verified by HFU, this will be your main page of GMS once you are logged in. So as you can see, this part here will be displaying your organization name. And the very first of this project proposal submission process, you need to make sure that you complete the due diligence in GMS. So right now you will see due diligence active, which means you haven't submitted your due diligence yet. So first thing is before we dive into the project proposal page, I'd like to go over the due diligence, which is the prerequisite before submitting your project proposal. So under due diligence page, so let me repeat the process. Once you are on the main page, you click on the right hand side, this one icon here, the edit application form. You click on this. You will see application form, due diligence document, bank information, due diligence checklist. Under application, Under application form, you need to state your national registration number, contact details for each section here. So this is all the red, the highlighted in red. This need to be filled out, and including the asterisk, the one with the asterisk. You need to input the values here. So make sure that you go over one by one. And as I mentioned earlier, if you hover your mouse under over the question mark, you will see the details. So make sure that you fill out this tab here and then click on Save and Stay. Whenever you make changes before moving on to another tab, click on Save and Stay. Whatever you type in here, and then if you don't click on save and stay and move on to next tab, the contents will be gone. So whatever you do, make sure to click on save and stay whenever you make changes. Due diligence document. So we request the IPs to upload the declaration documents required by IPs, so the HFU can go over the documents one by one. So starting with the declaration one, the declaration of any previous pending legal processes or investigation. So this is the title of the document. If you would like to find the more details or the template that you need to follow, click on download template. And once you click on this download template button, that's going to give you a document. So yeah. So once you download the template, you'll be able to see the template provided by HFU. Yeah, so make sure that you upload all the required documents here by moving on to this part here. Upload documents, template name, comments. If you'd like to leave a comments, you can leave it here. Choose a document and upload the file. And there's no save and stay button. You simply just need all the documents, and that's going to be stored in our database. Add the bank information. You add a bank information here. Add a new bank info. And the label bank information. Let me just click on that. It's going to ask a bank name, account name, the bank ID, country. So make sure to fill that out so that we can disperse the payment. Due diligence checklist. The HFU will check every tab with the checklist. This checklist, this is for your own planning. So whenever you make changes on the application form and to ensure that you follow the checklist, just mark it down as you finish. So, and I say as an IP, I filled out application form, the due diligence, all 5 due diligence declaration have been completed, and then once your team ensures that everything has been filled up for due diligence part, click save, and then click submit due diligence application form, which means you're ready to submit your due diligence and you would like to have it approved by HFU. So this is the first part before submitting your project proposal. Without due diligence, we cannot disperse our payments, or it's not go through the workflow that we saw in previous slides. So if you have any question in due diligence, such as the information that you need to fill out, feel free to contact our HFU office, and they will be able to assist you. If you have any technical difficulties in GMS, please email us at gms-support@un.org. Okay, so any questions? Yeah, I'm sorry that we are passing the expected end time, but I I hope that you all have extra 20 or 30 minutes to cover the project proposal part. Okay, so let me just go over the question real quick. Okay, our organization have 2 persons being trained, and we should be working together on the same proposal using this same organizational account. How can we access both proposals when working on the same proposal? Chris, you guys cannot work on the project proposal at the same time. You cannot do that, but you can work on the project proposal when another person is not working on it, which means once you finish working on it, you let the others know that you stop working on it, so that he or she can continue working on the same project proposal and then save it. So let everyone know that, let everyone know the progress behind, so that you don't create you don't overwrite the previous project proposal that has been created, or that has been, like, work in progress by the others. So yeah, so make sure to be cautious. Okay, from James, when the name of my organization appeared on the list, what next? With HFU and the GMS team will verify your organization name. We are going to associate the verified organization name with your account. Usually, if your organization is available in GMS in the past, we can just you can select your organization name from the user request page. But in this case, since Nigeria GMS is created for first time, we are still getting the organization name. So because of that, we have to verify the organization one by one. But after that, we are going to associate your account with the organization name verified by our HFU unit, and then we'll let you know after that. Yeah, Chris, can you kindly go after the due diligence documents again? So under due diligence document, we have a 5 declaration document that need to be submitted. You can follow the template by clicking on the download template. That's going to give you a document, the Word document file. So you can follow on that. You need to submit bank statement. I think this is a good one to cover. Yeah, thank you for the question. So let me open the template, bank statement template. You need to attach bank statement from within the past year. That clearly states the name of the bank, the name of organization, and the bank account number. And the one of requirement is your name of the organization need to match with the bank statement, as well as the organization, the business certificate document. If they don't match, it's already stated here. If it doesn't match, then you need to request another document stating that your organization name doesn't match with the bank statement the organization certificate document. So that's the bank statement requirement. So you need to upload on that. And national government registration, identity documents of the legal representative. Okay. Yeah. So Kulia Clement, I believe you were in the last training. Thank you for attending that. Okay, so your organization is reflected in step 2. I also have your account in our GMS, but it's still pending. So, but once we verify your organization and your name, I mean your associated profile by HFU, then you will have access to due diligence and project proposal. Chris, make sure I'm going to send you SurveyMonkey link to make sure that your organization can be registered. But as a process, HFU needs to verify every organization that is being requested in GMS. So we will be notified once you create an account, and after you create an account in GMS, and after you submit the form, and after HFU verifies your organization and your name one by one, the record. So they're working hard day and night. So yeah, I mean, we are doing our best to expedite all this process. So please be patient, and thank you. Peter, can one organization be working on more than one proposal at the same time? Yeah, Peter, I suggest that you contact HFU regarding that. They will be able to provide you a better answer, since we are covering the GMS technical specific topics. Is the account to be Nigerian Naira or USD? It's going to be USD, Chris. Chris, yeah, so we have until Tuesday to submit our proposal, and organization name is not yet on the organization dropdown. Does OCHA have a plans extending the time on the allocation paper? I say contact HFUs, but our team will be on standby over this weekend to make sure that in case of the emergency, we are going to be here to provide a technical area. But yeah, please contact HFU regarding that. But I say I'm not sure, but yeah, HFU will decide on that. Yeah, Grace. If your organization is supposed to be on the GMS portal already, please email Karen, our HFU focal point, and please CC gms-support@un.org. It's just that maybe it's possible that your organization is available in other GMS, but it's not yet added in Nigeria GMS. So also, do we have to calculate each individual percentage on the budget, or we can leave the box blank? You have to calculate each individual percentage on the budget line. I will show it to you momentarily. Yeah, Kuliak, yeah, I'm going to provide you another the recorded video clip to you, but you should have access to the previous one. Just send us an email to gms-support@un.org so that I can assist you. Okay, so I hope the due diligence part is covered. If you have any technical difficulties, please let me know once you are verified and you have access to this page. So I'll move on to the project proposal. I'll try to cover all the topics that are related to this as much as I can. So to see the allocation paper, you click on this green folder here, download the allocation type document. That's going to give you an allocation paper. So you can download it by clicking on view. That's going to give you that's going to show you the PDF file uploaded by HFU, the standard allocation paper. That's going to contain all the timelines. And so now to start your new project proposal, you can click on SA plus. Request organization, your organization name, allocation type, Nigeria, project title, you type your project title here, and the cluster, you choose the primary cluster, education, logistics, just any cluster that according to your organization, you choose one. And if you have a multi-cluster project, you click on this this checkbox to add add another cluster. So I say coordination and displacement management. And then after that, you have to indicate the percentages for each one of those indicators. So I'll just put 50, 50, and which sums to 100. So you need to make sure that it goes up to 100 here. Yeah, and make sure that you choose the right clusters in the beginning in this page. If you go on the project proposal process, and if you'd like to modify it again, it's going to take some time. So it's better to do it right first on the cluster side. So choose multi-cluster if you have multi-cluster projects. But if you have just only one, you can just choose one. Project duration. So you can choose from 1 month to 12 months, and yeah, maximum duration 12 months. So once you choose 2 months, and if you choose start date, say today, June 23rd, that's going to auto-complete the end date figure here. So which means it's a 2 months of duration. So starting from June, which is the start date that you entered, and then the end date. But you can also change it to the more precise date, but that's going to give you, yeah, so this field is required. So you type create project. Yeah, okay, so you can create a project like that. Okay, so once you finish step 1, you're gonna see all these steps: cover page, background, logical framework, work plan, MR details, other info, budget, locations. Yeah, so this is where you have to fill out the necessary information about project itself, project plan duration, 2 months that you have indicated in the previous page, start date, some project summary, total number of beneficiaries, post internal. Yeah, so you have to choose one if it includes the following type. Yeah, and then it has to match the total number if you add one by one. Indirect beneficiaries, the catchment population. Yeah, and if you have no idea what it is about, just hover your mouse over the question mark. That's going to give you all the details. I'm going to cover this briefly because if you go to help portal, partner, project submission, you'll be able to see more details for each one of the tab as well as the pages. So starting from how do I fill out project proposal, the cover page that we are seeing, the section with the one that needs to be entered, allocation type, and all that. And then yeah, the description that I wanted to show you. Yeah, so like all this field is optional if the project is connected to the online the project tracking system handled by Ocha. So that's the OPS code. If you don't have one, you can leave it blank. But if you're aware of what OPS is, you can choose OPS code there. Yeah. So just please take a look at this. This page is going to be very useful. Yeah. So here for this part here, the activities and outcomes. I'm going to show it to you later, but this page contains the field descriptions that you can take a look into. So if you're curious, like what you need to provide, just refer this page. Yeah. But I'm going to go over the tabs one by one. Yeah. So now for OPS code is one from the OPS application. If you have OPS code, I mean, you will be aware of it. If you don't, it's okay. But if you but it's better to ask HFU unit. They will be able to guide you on what OPS code is. From Chris, All the budget lines, the figures need to be entered in USD. So please keep that in mind. Yeah. So cover page with the asterisk. Please fill out all those required input boxes. So click save and stay when you're making changes. When you make changes. Once you finish making changes. Yeah. So click on save and stay. Yep. You have to click on save and stay every time. So please remember that. After that, you will move on to another tab, background. So starting with the background page, enter humanitarian context. It needs assessment, description of beneficiaries, grant request justification, complementarity. Yeah, so all these items need to be filled out. Yeah, let me just answer this for Chris. The budget, yeah, I'm going to go over that later on. Yeah, so this is the background page. Click on save and stay. So once you finish write all the contents, they need to be shared with HFU. Click on save and stay. Move on to logical framework. Overall project objectives. Over your mouse. It says describe the overall objectives to be achieved through the project. So you provide the contents here, but there's a character limit, so make sure that it is concise, up to 4,000 characters. And then under health, you choose the strategic objectives. So cluster objects, starting with cluster objectives, you choose one that's going to retrieve all those strategic objectives falling into SSO1. SSO2, SSO2, that's going to provide your strategic objectives. You add another sector objectives if you have one, if you have more than one. And after you finish, you give the percentages of the activities. So I said 50-50. Contributions to cluster sector objectives. Additional targets. And after that, you need to have at least one outcome, one output for each outcome, one activity for each output, one standard indicator for each output. So you see an add outcomes button here. So you click on that, you add an outcome. And once you add an outcome, there will be another button to add output under this outcome one. So you put output based on the description that you can find by hovering your mouse over the question mark, assumptions and risk, and then click on save. And after you finish filling out the form, yeah, never forget, save and stay. And then move on to work plan. And here, under project work plan, once you have an activity added, you will see this like I said the tick box in this page. Let me find if I have a slide for that. Okay, I have it here. Yeah, so once you have activities defined, you will have it in 2017, and then you have a tick box for each month. So this is where you mark the box to show that these months are the ones when this certain activity will be taking place. So for this example, activity 1.1.4 is going to be taking place in January, February, March, and April. So it's going to give you that option here, but right now it is empty on mine. But as you build out your project proposal through all these steps, you'll be able to see the activities here. Click Save and Stay. Yeah, number one rule. Click on Save and Stay whenever you make changes. Okay. The monitoring details, reporting plan. Over your mouse, you'll find the description. Yeah, write your contents. And there is a character count there, so it's limited up to 4,000 characters. So be precise. Yeah. Then fill it out. Save and stay. Other info. It contains a gender marker, environmental marker code, implementation plan, accountability to affected population. So all of this need to be added. Budget. So this is the budget part. Yeah. So let me just go from my slide real quick. Okay. Yeah, so the budget contains 7 types of the budget, which is starting with the staff and other personal costs, supplies, and so on, up to gender, operating, and other direct costs. So you add a budget line here with the description, remarks. For example, what should I say? Budget line description, I say consultants remarks. You provide your remarks here, and the D and S, the D represent direct cost, and S means support cost. So as a direct cost, it's more of a salary of a hired professional. So consultants should be, I say, T. Unique quantity 2. The cost 3,000. Yeah, so it's in dollar. So it's not the Nigerian currency. So consultants to unit cost 3,100. And for this case, office equipment, which should be the support cost. Add your remarks. Change to S. As identifier. Oh, the duration. You need to have 3 months worth of the consultant workforce. 3. I said 3. Yeah, and then here the sum needs to be 100. So I say 30, 70, and so on. So you start filling out the budget lines one by one. Add a new row. If you need more, excuse me. Yeah, and the supplies and commodity materials. I believe this should be go down. This one should be go down. Yeah. So if you need assistance on this, you please contact HFU office. Karen will be our focal point. So they will be able to assist on this proposal submission. But if you would like to you'll be able to, before contacting HFU, make sure that you hover your mouse and find more details, for each line. Or here's a description. There's a description for each budget types. So please take a good look. And the PSC rate is currently 7% among all GMS instances, including Nigeria. So that's 7 there. Okay. And then location. So here you'll be able to you'll be able to select location and then estimate a percentage of budget for each location. That's where you put the percentages and how it's going to be impacted within the region. So this is where you provide all the details in the location specific. Yeah, right now I don't have any the budget lines or anything added, so you don't get to see the all details. But please continue building up the tabs. Make sure that you input all the required fields. Then you'll be able to see all the information popping up. And then after that, the locations that you added into the system will be visible under this table. Yeah, I got a question. Let me go over the question. Okay, James, regarding OPS code, when will the OPS code be given to those that don't have? Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know if Karen has answer to that. But if yeah, please send us an email to gms-support@un.org, so that way we can provide you the right answer. Yeah. So just send me send me an email to GMS support. Chris, regarding the USD and the allocation priorities, yeah, please contact HFU if you have any question regarding the workflow process. Right now, we are covering the technical side of the GMS. Yeah, Karen, so you'd like to clarify what rate of exchange will be used when converting from Naira to USD. I believe that should be followed by the UN, the official exchange rate at the time of when the project has been submitted or dispersed. But let me actually check on that. But I believe I assume that it will be by the UNORE. Yeah. So again, everyone, if you have any question related to GMS or anything related to the workflow or the project proposal, please send it to gms-support@un.org so that I can send the right questions to our HFUs if it falls into that category, or if it is within the GMS technical side, we'll assist you on that. Okay, so the last tab, this is where you add documents related to this project proposal. So to do that, click on Add Document. Under Category, you'll be able to choose the category of the document type. The GA amendment, you need to have your signature once the GA agreement has been created. So this is where you upload the GA amendment with your signature, audit document, budget documents. So this is very self-explanatory. You attach a document, you provide your document comments. If you'd like to put comments for HFU to see, you provide it here, and you click Upload. Project tracking. This is where you can see the project, where the project is on in terms of the workflow. So you'll be able to find as a starting point project proposal draft, and once you submit, it's going to go into the strategic review by HFU, and then you'll be able to see all the timelines here. This is where you check the project movement. And the timeline and disbursement here. This will be updated once your project proposal has been reviewed and approved. Yeah, the risk level, this will be defined by the capacity assessment that we do. We proceed by HFU, due diligence, and all that. So this part will be updated by HFU. Disbursement, it provides the disbursement information Once it has been dispersed, you'll be able to see the payment schedule here, and then the project, the tracking as the next one. Yeah, so this is the project proposal. And one thing to mention, if you are working on the due diligence, you haven't completed yet, it's okay. You can work on the due diligence and submit project proposal at the same. I mean, not submitting it. You can work on the project proposal at the same time, but you need to make sure that your due diligence has been submitted before submitting your project proposal to the HFU. But you can create new project proposal just like how I did, even though due diligence is not up yet, but you can work on your draft. So that's going to save you some time while working on the due diligence and the draft at the same time. So please keep that in mind. Okay, Chris, what is the maximum budget target for one organization? $1, $2, $3, $4, etc. This is the question that can be answered by HFU. Okay. Any questions from our participants? Raise your hand. Okay, I see that Chris has raised your hand. Right, Chris? If so, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
I just brought down my hand.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I see. I just repeated your question. So I'm pretty sure Karen, our HFU unit, knows what the question is, or otherwise, just send it to GMS support. GMS dash. Let me just type down the email. GMS dash support@un.org. Submit your questions. If you already know the HFU contact, and if you have a clear answer that is related to HFU or the workflow, send it to them. Otherwise, you can send it to gms-support@un.org, and then I will send it to HFU if it needs to be answered by them. But if it can be answered by our unit, we'll answer it for you. Okay, Chris Medupin, is there any way one can access this video or material after the training is over, and when? So after this training, my colleague Judith, she has to edit the video so that you can watch the video clip again while you don't have internet access. So that will be published, I say, sometime by this weekend. Because we have to work on this today, and we have to upload it into the Dropbox, and then I also need to get a confirmation from our HFU unit to share it to our participants. And please don't share this video clip with any other people. This is solely shared with our participants who are verified by our HFU office. Okay, from James Yakubu, I can see from the timeline for the submission of project proposal 27th of June, is it possible to meet up with the date? We don't have access to the due diligence page. I'm not sure what's going to happen on the deadline. HFU will be able to answer for that question. Okay, adequately, John Praise, kindly send it to our mails as well. Yes, yeah, I mean, if you have received our invitation yesterday, it will be sent to your email address that is included in our mailing list internally. Okay, any other questions? all the slides will be shared with the video clip to download after this training. It will be sent to you by today. But we just need to wait until the video clip has been finished, like editing and all that.
Kenny,
Okay. Yes. Hello.
quick question. Is this going to be sent that, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, will the slides and the video will sent directly to participants who wants to know?
Yeah. So I was just having the problem connection. I wasn't able to hear your conversation clearly. Yeah.
Kenny,
Can you hear
sorry
me?
about that. I can
Okay,
hear you.
go ahead. Please repeat your question again.
I was asking, are you going to send the video to everybody today?
Yes, with the slides.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but
All
we
right.
will send it to the participants who are within the in our mailing list, which means the participant list that we have at the moment.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but first we have to edit the video clip. We need to resave it because it's quite big file. So as soon as we finish editing it, we're gonna send it to everyone so that they can download it and watch it on the offline. Okay. Yeah, Chris. Yeah, considering that there is a public holiday in Nigeria on Monday and Tuesday, it would be very tight to meet the deadline, 27th, especially with getting bank documents here. Karen, are you there?
Yes, Kenny, I'm here. I'm listening.
Yeah, I mean, could you answer to this question, or are you going to broadcast another email regarding the deadline?
Perhaps, yeah, I believe Jens will take a decision on that and we'll get back to everyone.
Okay.
Maybe by tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
or later today.
okay. So, as Karen mentioned, Chris, it will be broadcasted to the implementing partners. So once they make a decisions, we will be informed. Okay. Any other questions before closing? Okay, Chris McGuire. Okay, this first allocation in Nigeria requests an initial submission of a concept note for review before being asked for full project proposal. Please show on your screen where submission of concept note submission is. Okay, so let's see. So well, let's say you fill out all the forms, and if you'd like to go over the whole contents, what you can do is you can click on this print option. Yeah, I'm sorry that I missed this part. So you can click on print. You will see the project proposal here. You can click on PDF or Word document. So let me just try one to see how it's going to look. But since we don't have any contents, it's going to be fairly empty in the PDF. But here, once you print this out, you'll be able to find all the contents you have entered in this project proposal draft. So this way you can cross-check the figures and you can find out the contents. You can proofread them and before making a submission. And once you finish, once you verify all the contents and you cross-check everything, you can click on submit project proposal. But if there are anything that need to be changed, You can go on the tab the following that has an incorrect value. You can click on that. You make changes, click save and stay. Maybe there is one thing that needs to be changed before making submission. You make a changes, save and stay, and then click submit project proposal. And you can click on submit project proposal on any other tab, but make sure that you have all the values filled out in every tab. And this red bar need to be disappeared. It will be disappeared once you fill out all the required input boxes. So just be sure that you don't see the red tab before clicking on submit project proposal. Okay. After proposal submission, it will be sent to HFU. So make sure you review every tab before you submit it. Once you click submit project proposal, it will be sent to HFU. And which will be followed by the workflow here. So project proposal draft. Once you click on submit project proposal, it's gonna move to HFU under pre-strategic review. That's what's going to happen. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Before closing this training session, let me just let me share you a link to the SurveyMonkey for NGOs. Oh, and the UN agencies regarding due diligence part. You don't have to complete this due diligence part, but at least add contact details and the bank information. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what you need to be assured of. So let me go back to the organization registration process. So if you haven't submitted your form to add your organization in GMS, please visit this link. This is case sensitive, so uppercase XHV. So go on this link, you provide all the input as well as your organization certificate document. And after that, I assume that you also created your user account, requested user account through the GMS support, so that I can not GMS support from the Nigeria GMS, which is this page. So this way, I would be able to find out. We will be able to match your name, registering this GMS, as well as SurveyMonkey here. So if you haven't, please visit this link, submit it, so that we can get you started with the project proposal and due diligence as soon as possible. Okay. One more question from Say. Clicking on save and exit project saves the document as a draft. Yes, that's going to save as a draft. It doesn't submit the project proposal to HFU. So let me just go back. So whenever you make changes or whenever you update the tab, click on save and stay. Don't click submit project proposal. This is the last step after you finish proofreading and cross-checking all the figures that you need to enter in this project proposal. If you're working with someone else within your organization, click on save and exit project and then let others know to continue working on the same project proposal. You cannot work with other people at the same time. Otherwise, it's going to overwrite when they will have different values on their own project proposal. But even though it's same project proposal, they will say they will say different thing because they make changes concurrently. So save and stay if you're working by yourself. But if you're going to toss this project proposal draft to someone else, save and exit project and let the others know. Okay. Good. Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions, after this training, just let me know. I'll be here for another 5 minutes. Otherwise, thank you so much.